Hi everybody, it's Morah Katie. I wanted to get some time in the kitchen with you and make something kind of funny. Definitely not seasonal, but it's pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, a favorite of my family in the fall. And I don't know about you, but I've been looking through my pantry a lot lately and seeing what I need and what we have, and I found a can of pumpkin left over from around Thanksgiving. So I wanted to use it up, do something fun with it, and I like this recipe a lot. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started, okay? So these are all my ingredients here. I have them all lined up because I'm going to be holding the phone, but sometimes I'm not as organized. So let's see. So first we want to do the dry ingredients, okay? So we're going to start with the flour. And when I say dry ingredients, it just means it's not wet. It's not oil or water. And, all right, there we go. So we want 1.5 cups flour. Okay. Let's see. Let me hop in me scoop. All right, there we go. So right now I'm using the 1/2 cup measuring. And what's really fun is to also have the kids start to measure. And I think I'm running out of flour. I have another pack in the basement, so maybe I'll have to bring that up. But that looks about good. I'm not so particular with my baking. All right, so we have flour for our first dry ingredient. And then we want baking soda. So we want a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So let's see. Here's my 1/2 teaspoon. And then I also want a lot of good spices in my pumpkin muffin. So I'm going to use cloves and nutmeg and cinnamon. So let's see. The first one I'm going to do is cloves, and it's a 1/4 teaspoon. And a 1/4 teaspoon's a little less than a 1/2. And then for the cinnamon, I want a 1/2 teaspoon. And I also need some salt. So here's my salt. I just need a 1/4 teaspoon. There we go. And nutmeg. I want a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to stir this up. And, you know, I need to get out my baking powder. I forgot that I needed that. So I'm going to go over to my pantry, and here we go. Here's the baking powder. Okay. So, another dry ingredient. And for this, I want 3/4 teaspoon. So, I'll have to use some kitchen math and do a 1/2 teaspoon plus a 1/4 teaspoon. Here we go. There we go. All right, this is looking good. And now I'm going to work on my wet ingredients. So I'll use my mixer for that. I'm going to do vegetable oil, so a 1/4 cup, and I'm just going to use this measuring cup. I find it easier with the 1/4 cup to use a dry measuring cup. Okay. So we want vegetable oil. We want pumpkin, and I pre-measured that. This is 3/4 cup. Oh, here comes Joshua coming down the stairs. You're on the video, Joshua. I'm making a video of making pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, okay? All right, and I also want to do a 1/4 cup water. Here we go. Okay, and I have 2 eggs, and in my family, William is a good egg cracker. He likes to do this a lot. And I'm going to start mixing it up. And to this, maybe you'd like to see that speed up. It's pretty fun. All right. I'm going to add 3/4 cup of white sugar. So here's my sugar. We have a volcano over here, left over from our science experiment this morning. I don't know if your kitchen is as messy as ours today. All right, so I have 1/4 cup, 2/4 cups, and it's kind of a lot of sugar if you ask me. I'm not going to even fill up the last one very much. All right, so I like to double check to make sure I did all my ingredients. So I used my sugar, my oil, my eggs, my pumpkin, the water, the flour, the baking powder, baking soda, cloves, cinnamon, salt, nutmeg, and the last ingredient is going to be the chocolate chips. Alright, so I'm going to add the dry ingredients. Here we go. Whoa. So now we had a bowl of dry, a bowl of wet, and we mix them together. And after we mix them up, I'm going to add the chocolate chips. You don't want to over mix when you're baking. It's looking good. I'm going to pause it for 1 second and scrape down the sides of my bowl to make sure everything's getting mixed up. Okay. And there we go. All right. The last step is to scoop all of the muffin batter into the muffin tins. So let's bring it over this way. Okay. And I put the muffin liners in the tin. But what I should get here is, let's look. Where is, oh, I found it. This is my scoop. As you'll see in my house, I also have crystals growing over here. We have a lot of stuff happening over here. All right. Here we go. I like this. We use it as a cookie scooper and for some other things when we make something called protein balls. Maybe I can do a video of that. But it's also a great scooper. So it's hard to do it holding the phone to videotape, but you get the idea. So I set the timer for, well, I set the oven at 400 degrees. And let's check. I want to bake for 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to fill this up and enjoy my muffins. So I hope it was okay to follow. I know it was hard me holding the camera, but just something fun I wanted to share with you. And I'm thinking of everybody when you're at home with your family, and I hope you're having fun. So happy Passover, and we will see you next week. And maybe next week is a good week to make the muffins when Passover is done. Or maybe you don't have any pumpkin and you want to wait till the fall. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.